Right, so in this video we are turning nail glitters into our own glittery alcohol inks. Let's go. Right, we are back and we are going to try to make this glittery alcohol ink. I've done a video like this before, but I've found these nail powders that I did a video on recently, and I want to give them a test run with some isopropanol and just see if we can recreate that well-known rainbow alcohol ink. Here it is, some dried up in the bottom of this cup. If we can recreate it, because this is always out of stock, so I wanted to just see if I could get a very similar effect. So I've got my empty needle tip precision bottles, and I've just got a small ball bearing inside. Now this is one of the powders that really does resemble the rainbow alcohol ink. So I'm just using a 99.9% isopropanol and just filling up about halfway my 10ml bottle. Whilst I'm doing that, as always, massive shout out to my channel members, anyone who's subscribed since my last video, and to anyone who's bought me a coffee or a super thanks. So I'm just using my cuticle tool now to just add the powder to the isopropanol bit by bit until I've got it kind of at a concentrated level that I'm happy with. And then just add on my lid, give it a shake, and just see how much sparkle there is inside the bottle. I do add quite a bit more because it just wasn't sparkly enough for me. So you could just play around with it. You might have different powders, but again, all the products I use I will pop into the description box below. Some of you have probably bought these powders since my video where I tried to recreate kind of a natural stone with the powders. So there you can see it's a much better sparkle in that one now. And then I'm just labeling this lid up so I know which powder I've used in which bottle. So I just label them up as number 1. Now for the second one, I couldn't decide what to try, so I just went with a mixture really of some of the other colours that come in this nail powder set. So I just add kind of a scoop of each one. This is like a purpley kind of colour, and I'm really not sure how this is going to come out. And this powder is a lot finer than the one that I used in bottle number 1. So I'm adding a blue now, and then I think this is like a goldeny orange colour. But again, I'm not sure. This is just an experiment, hence the voiceover. I really don't know how this is going to come out. And it's got like a greeny colour. So it probably wasn't a good idea to mix them all up like that. So I'm just labelling that one up as number 2. So we are using the collaboration resin, the 1-1, and we're using the 26 ink alcohol ink set from Resin. And as always, just going to give my mould a quick spray with a release spray just to keep it shinier for longer. So you can probably see I've numbered the cavities on my mould once I've added my resin. There's no resting time. I've mixed and poured my resin straight away, and here I am just going in all the cavities that are labelled number 1 with my number 1 ink that I've made. And I'm not stirring this in. Sometimes I stir my glitter inks into my resin, and here you can see I'm just adding more because I wasn't happy with the sparkle on the surface of the resin, so I added another few scoops. But as you can imagine, this stuff is going to go a long way. You can create a lot of variations of sparkle for your resin by doing this, and it really will go a long way. So there I have filled in all number 1s, and now I'm just going in with the funny greeny colour, and you can see you can see it sparkling on the surface quite nicely. So now it's just time to go in with my alcohol inks. I don't show all of this because it's more of an experiment for the sparkle. And I'm just pointing because you can probably see that the inks aren't spreading the same as they normally would. This is because the sparkle on the surface of the resin is kind of forming a barrier. So this is a really good idea if you're struggling with your inks muddying together very easily. By using this glitter alcohol ink that we're making, it's going to prevent the spread of your colours on the surface of the resin. So once I've added my colours, I then go in with my sinker, which is the C deeper from the alcohol ink set, just in my larger needle tip bottle. And I'm just going over my colours as I always do with my Petri art, and you can see it's still spreading very differently. And again, I skipped most of this anyway, but what I wanted to try was a carry on from my previous video. So what I decided to do straight away, I didn't wait this time, I just poured resin over the top of my inks as soon as I added my white sinker. So we're not going to get our typical peachy effect from this. It's going to look very different. Now, some of you did mention trying this in my previous videos. So here it is. You know, you've got a sparkle video and you've got a kind of carry on from the previous video. So now I'm stirring these straight away, not after an hour. And I will see you for the demold. Right, we're good to go. We'll start with the number 2 ones first. That's pretty good sparkle. It's not done what I expected it to do. I think because I mixed them differently. If I'd have mixed the alcohol inks together in a pot with the resin and poured that in like I did the last video. So I was saying it wouldn't be a typical peachy, but it actually is. Hasn't really done much pouring it over the top like I thought it might. Really good sparkle. You can see those different colours as well. So I didn't think they'd turn out that good. Let's go with a heart. As always, give the video a thumbs up, drop me a comment. If you haven't subbed, hit the button for me. I did cheat and speed things up on the heat mat. You can see a bit of a different effect where the resin has pushed some of the colour down. Where are we? Down here. Yeah, it's a good sparkle. So you could put this in any of your projects really. And it's a much cheaper way. You can see those individual colours in that one. Much cheaper way of making these sparkle alcohol inks. Let's go with the small heart. Look at those. Look at those little multicoloured sparkles. It's very different to the normal rainbow alcohol ink. And it hasn't blobbed, which is good. Considering I put it on the heat mat, I was expecting some of the glitter maybe to sink and stick to the front. But it hasn't. There you go. Right, let's see what number 1 has done. Hopefully we've got a similar colour. It's actually very similar to the one that I made. Unless I put the wrong one in the wrong one. Well, you can see it is very similar to the other one, sparkle wise. But compared to the actual Marabou, which does look more like stars, this has got more colour to it. A lot more colour to the sparkle. Wow, that yellow's a bit strong. It's worked. Let's go down here. There's a bit of blob in there because I think it's because the colours kind of stuck to the side. So when I introduced the sinker, kind of stuck around. Plus with the heat from the heat mat, has changed it a bit. Wow. See, I think add more. I think add more scoops to the isopropanol. But it definitely does exactly the same thing to the resin. Just a little bit more. Normally with these I go for 2 drops, 2 or 3 drops. So I think I just need to concentrate that a little bit more. But there you have it. It's much better than the video that I did before with just the white mica. Definitely adds a better sparkle. Right guys, hope that one helped. I will see you for the next one. Bye for now.